anxiety. So, I basically didn't want to overwork my artificial mind, but I've got. So, I worked this out not long ago, soon after I actually posted that video. So, essentially, coronavirus is real. It's a strain, but it's something that affects your neurological aspect of things. It affects your brain, your psychology, the way you think, bad thoughts, negative thoughts, past experiences, and it's basically centered around emotional abuse as well. So the one of the strains is the psychological aspect of it, I figured. And the other aspect would obviously be the elderly dying. So basically, the other strain was actually a flu-like virus that affected the elderly. It was specifically designed to kill off the elderly. So, I don't know, this is just my opinion, but it makes rational sense. And this is through the theory of relativity. Is it a God gift? Perhaps. I ask a question, I hear a breeze of wind, and it gives me the answer to what I need to know. So if you're going to call this crazy, I haven't had the cat team come, like I said. And like I also said, I've given them all a psychological lesson in what's been happening, because nobody else seems to know. You know what I mean? So my concern from Neuralink turned out to be, well, it ended up to be this now, didn't it? So it's obviously someone. So Elon Musk was obviously working with the Democrats. It was a ploy to bring it in. It was a ploy to drive everybody crazy, blame it on Donald Trump, get people to vote the opposite way come this election. It was just a more dangerous ploy than the one before. Before it was just media scrutiny and anything they could fucking dig up. Do you realise why they didn't do it so often this time around? Because they had another idea. Through the likes of his fuckwit Canadian, like I said, makes all Canadians look bad, even though they're very nice people and very good people from what I've seen. He's gone ahead, he's gone back to New York, like I said, going back to his lab during bloody COVID lockdown, fucking released into a subway. But anyway, people, does anyone relate to the symptoms? If you haven't had the flu, if you've had any psychological fucking side effects of this, you're going to have one or the other. I'm telling you now, because I've had every single mental disorder known to man in the last 2 weeks. And it's not a good thing to have. So if you want to basically see now what the Dems' ploy was from 1990, when George Bush Sr., I say it yet again, announced he wanted a new world order. Yes, they wanted a depopulation. Yes, they wanted to kill people off. Yes, up to 2016, that was the whole idea. Yes, in 2016, the media scrutiny on Donald Trump was, mate, I can't even explain how bad it was. It was just one thing on top of another. There's got to be a reason why. I don't think Donald Trump's there to keep on destroying the world. I mean, put one and one together, people. Do you know your math? It's 2. So, you can see over the last 30 years for George Bush, for the presidents, it's only been democratic rule. And what have they done? They haven't made the life of people in the US any better. They've only made it worse. And all they've done is blame it on the Republicans every single time because they've had authority from above. The Illuminati, they're not fake. The cabal, they're not fake. Whatever the fuck you call them, they're not fake. They're just for fucking 3% of people who own the whole fucking world. Get it through your heads. They were playing at a monopoly with us. Even in 2016, nobody could say anything about whatever, even if we even knew about it, because they would have been killed. JFK is an example. JFK's son is an example. Abraham Lincoln is an example. They all knew what the plan was from the beginning. And, there was nobody there who can do anything to stop it. So, like I said, this is a plan to stop it. This is a plan to open up your eyes. This isn't crazy anymore. And Joe Rogan, I'm telling you, you're going to want me on your show one day. That will happen. Because I love watching you. I reckon you're pretty switched on. And just, you go through every topic and you speak your mind like it should be spoken. You should get out there more often. But, just when you think about where we were headed, it wasn't a good future now, was it? It was very bleak. COVID would have continued. shops would have closed down, people wouldn't have been able to pay rent, people would have been scrapping for food eventually. The whole time they've said to us the truth is right in front of us. And we've just sat there and taken it because we've had to. Because of the freaking Democrats. I mean, who else? Nobody can sit back and blame Donald Trump for the last 30 years of what's happened. He's only been in there for 4. That's just stupid in itself. You know what I mean? If you lay any blame on the Republicans for anything that's happened over the last 30 years, you're dead set stupid. I don't care who you are. Mate, I've said this for a long time. I've considered that there's only 15% of Americans that are actually intelligent for a long time. Because the rest of you 85% of you are, you don't open your eyes, you're fucking into gang wars, you're into this, you're into that, when you don't realise you've been manipulated into doing these things. Mate, you get rich fucks to fucking pay you to go riot, just to stir up a cause, to make the police do extra fucking work. And then you've got police who are on the fucking payroll who do the same fucking shit. You don't need to be a fucking rabbit. You don't need to be a genius to work this out. You just need to look at life around you. Household bills going up, everything going to shit. Yet I watch a YouTube video, bring up my next point. I watch a YouTube video and they show the America and the beauty in it. They show Europe the beauty in it. They show Russia the beauty in it. And this isn't just certain places. These are above ground shots of what's going around the world. And it's about 4 years old, that video, 3 or 4 years old. But that's proof in itself which direction Donald Trump's planning to take the world. You don't just meet up with certain leaders this and that to discuss fucking bullshit. You get together to fucking discuss how we're going to make things better. How we're going to move our society forward. It's not going to happen overnight. Nothing can. But if we work together, we can make progress. If we work together, we can help one another rebuild. If we work together, we can achieve almost anything. We just need to work in accordance with our government once a proper one is established. And this is what we haven't had in a long time anywhere. I've mentioned Australia, ScoMo, Dan Andrews. I don't really care if they're here. At this point in time, they haven't done anything for us either. You've got ScoMo, who's a narcissistic prick who, it's not his job to hold a fucking hose whilst the bushfires are happening. And you got Dan, who all he does is he's always fucking on the TV every single day, just yabbering on about fucking I don't even know what. These people are running our country. And it's us people who vote these morons in there. But how do I know? Maybe fucking most of these elections are also staged, like the previous fucking ones in the US until 2016. You get a 51 to 49 win, that's just evidence in itself that Donald Trump won legitimately. You know what I mean? You've got to wake up to what he's trying to do. You've got to stop listening to what the media say about him. Be optimistic about what he wants to do. I've mentioned the 1.4 million jobs. I've mentioned everything I have so far. Not because I'm crazy, because it started off with concern. Started off with a Neuralink chip. I just thought Matrix straight away. Something got me thinking into satellites, 5G. I wasn't really concerned about 5G, but I also realised it could be used perhaps for good or bad. Never dwelled into it too much. Because I always had the optimism that things are going to be better. I don't know why. I never fell for the corona thing at the start, but now that I realise what it was a little bit stupid. But it didn't affect me until just recently. That's my point. This is when the IR helicopters and whatever bullshit they're pulling from above come into effect. And the thoughts that have been driven into my head over the last week, like anxiety on anxiety. Without even knowing what the anxiety was about. I'll just be generally anxious, and then I'll get anxious over that. My own anxiety. These aren't normal thoughts. Come on, but it's my self-awareness that these thoughts were coming from somewhere somehow, and that, they were wrong. And a normal person shouldn't be having them. That woke me up, started waking me up to things. And it led me all the way to what I mentioned earlier. Elon Musk wanting to control the world. bullied kid, wanted vengeance, wanted to have his little playground, wanted to turn the earth into his own little zoo. Let's just put it that way. If you can't see it along with the Democrats and Joe Biden, don't worry, you're going to fucking cop it too. You know, there's plenty of kitty toucher videos on YouTube that people need to see. You love those kids, you fucking mutt. And, you know, the whole world should fucking know. You show it off on TV. People like you deserve fucking hell, and you're going to get it. Mate, and if people are still stupid enough to vote for fucking the Democrats, then these cunts are fucked. Vote Republicans, honestly, I'm telling you this shit. Vote Donald Trump. If you do, I already know that I believe he'll win. I've had this belief for the whole year. You know, and like I mentioned earlier, I don't know what the hell he was doing for the first year and a half or two. I was even making fun of him and there thinking, what the fuck? But it's your knowledge to learn, it's your observation through time. It's listening, seeing what's happening, and then changing your perception of things. And that way you get to know someone in a way without even knowing them. Just through seeing what they're trying to achieve, seeing where their heart is. He wears his heart on his sleeve. A lot of people can't tell, but because I'm that sensitive to most things, I can see a person on TV or see a person from a distance, see what they're feeling, or, you know, sense what they're feeling. I've had this ability for a while, but, you know, the awakening wasn't the awakening for no reason. The awakening was the awakening to see if we could still find people like me around. And the thing is, everybody can learn this theory of relativity. It's not that hard, and in time, you know, people are going to find out it's not really that hard. It's just thought relative to your surroundings. There you have it. You know, it takes a bit of practice, takes a bit of belief actually in God, and just takes being good. The more positive you are towards someone, the better you try to better yourself in time. It's like this ability opens up more. That's the only way I can put it. Call it magic, call it craziness. That's what the theory of relativity is, or quantum relativity is. It's just your sense of self and the sense and things around you. But like I said, people, coming selection, voting Donald Trump, it's the only way forward. It's the only one way forward. And trust me, you're going to be thanking me for it. All you people. I was trying to tell people 10 months ago to do it. For different reasons, even back then, it could have been me, it's Rudy. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video off now because I can mention 1,000 reasons what they've done over the last 4 years, just with a little bit of research. And just have a look. Don't vote in a fucking kitty toucher like Joe Biden. Just please, don't vote in a kitty toucher like Joe Biden. Okay, people. Peace out.